Lily Carter wasn't accustomed to feeling this drained. As the youngest woman leading her firm's history, she'd just concluded consecutive meetings across 3 nations, fueled by little beyond caffeine and drive. When she boarded the overnight flight from Toronto to London, her sole aim was to shut her eyes and reach Heathrow without exchanging a word. She settled into her aisle seat, folded her stylish jacket carefully, and geared up to disconnect. That's when she spotted him. The man by the window wore a genuine, weary grin, impossible to fake. Beside him was a young girl with wavy hair and a baggy sweatshirt, gripping a plush rabbit like it was her anchor. "Hello," the girl whispered gently, her voice blending timidity with wonder. Lily offered a courteous nod, then drew her blanket closer. Moments after takeoff, the constant drone of the engines became her lullaby. She didn't realize her head was leaning until it rested on the man's shoulder. She jolted awake at some point, mortified by her slip. "My goodness, I'm so sorry." But he just chuckled. "No problem. You seemed like you needed the rest." It was then she noticed his arm wasn't merely on the armrest. It was wrapped tenderly around his daughter, who slept soundly, and his eyes were bloodshot, as if sleep had eluded him for days. They started chatting. His name was Ethan. He was a lone father heading to London for his daughter's operation, something tied to a rare heart issue. Medical costs had emptied his savings. The only reason they could afford UK treatment was because old friends had rallied to fundraise. Lily listened, and for the first time in years, her mind wasn't on financial reports or growth plans. She was focused on how this man's world centered on the small child beside him. Mid-flight, turbulence struck fiercely. The little girl woke, scared and sobbing. Without pause, Lily reached over, clasping the girl's hand. She murmured tales of courageous rabbit pilots guiding the plane through rough skies. Gradually, the sobs turned to drowsy chuckles. That moment shifted everything. Upon landing, Ethan thanked her, saying, "You didn't need to do that. Most folks just pass us by." Lily smiled, but his situation lingered in her thoughts. Later that day, in her London office, she made a discreet choice. She summoned her assistant and directed, "Locate the hospital, the doctor, all details, and ensure the bill, every single penny, is paid anonymously." 2 weeks later, Ethan received a letter at the hospital desk. It confirmed the surgery. Costs were fully covered. There was no sender's name, only a note in tidy handwriting for the brave rabbit pilot and the father who never stopped soaring beside her. Months later, Lily received a postcard. It pictured a joyful, healthy girl clutching her plush rabbit, with Ethan standing proudly behind her. The back read, "I don't know who you are, but you saved my universe. Thank you." Lily placed the card on her desk beside her framed corporate award. Oddly, the card held more value, because sometimes the greatest victories aren't in boardrooms or profit lines. They lie in the lives you silently transform without seeking reward.